Imagine looking forward to one thing throughout your whole childhood, throughout all of high school, and then one day realizing it's never what you truly wanted in the first place. Well, that's what happened for Tristan during his senior year of high school. While learning about Tristan's life, I was very intrigued with just how much he values friends and family. Yes, we all say it's a huge part of our lives, but the way Tristan talks about it is very unique and interesting. Tristan's story proves that sometimes our greatest goals in life can interfere with our most cherished values, and that's where tough decision making comes into play. Tristan's life has always been dominated by close family relationships and close-knit friendships. He credits these relationships with teaching him how to learn about himself and his lifelong goals. He grew up just through the canyon in Westlake Village with 4 siblings and 2 loving parents, and he knows his family inspires him every day, but it's mostly his 2 older brothers. Tristan has always been involved in golf, and his 2 older brothers are also involved in sports, and in that aspect, he's always been able to look up to them. They keep him in check when it comes to his goals and make sure he's staying goal-oriented and productive. As for his friends, Tristan has a very close-knit group of friends that have been in his life for over 16 years. They're close for a variety of reasons, but the number one reason being they also play golf. This meant that whenever there were any away tournaments, they would always go together, and that eventually created a really strong bond between all of them. Like his brothers, they keep him in check when it comes to different goals and golf goals, but they're also there whenever Tristan needs any advice or if he feels like everything else in life is falling apart. They're people that he can rely on. They're always there for him. Although Tristan has always valued these relationships in his life, he always looked forward to leaving the home, whether it was midweek and he looked forward to the weekend when he could go on those golf tournaments and separate from his family ties a little bit, or whether he just looked forward to going out with his friends and getting away from his family. It wasn't because he didn't love them, it was just because he wanted to discover who he was outside of his family. Most significantly, Tristan looked forward to up and leaving for college and going across the country, specifically to either Texas or South Carolina, and being able to study far from home, far from everyone he loved, and far from everything he knew. He always looked forward to this and always envisioned himself moving very far and being able to discover himself away from all these loving people in his life. However, it wasn't until he began visiting these schools that were thousands of miles from family and friends that he realized it was actually the opposite of what he wanted. He remembers going on these college visits, and it really made him realize how happy he was when he was home. That was his happy place. It was where he was meant to be. He felt very fortunate to have these relationships in life and have a loving home to go home to. Luckily, he did have other options for schools, and he was able to choose a school that gave him a little distance from home, but he can still see his family and friends whenever he wants to, and he can continue to play golf, which brought him here to Pepperdine. Through this experience, Tristan was able to realize that it is those close relationships that really make him him. He surrounds himself with positive people who know him better than anyone else in the entire world, and that's what keeps him grounded in life. And yes, I know this story makes it seem like Tristan knows it all and he's where he's meant to be and he knows who and what he values, but it wasn't an easy process. It wasn't until he stepped out of his comfort zone and took a chance and decided to go visit those schools across the country that he really learned this about himself. So if Tristan's story teaches you anything, I hope it encourages you to reflect on your own life. Are there parts of your identity left undiscovered because you have yet to take a chance? Thank you.